My book is called The Wreck of the Zanzibar, and it's by Michael Morpurgo. The whole book is a diary of someone called Great Aunt Laura. It's Michael's Great Aunt Laura, and it all starts when she dies and they all get presents, and that's the present Michael gets. The setting of the whole story is based on Scilly Isles. This is a close-up map. You can see St. Mary, the biggest one. The Tresco and Briar, it's set mostly on Briar. And this is the Northwest Passage here. To show you what it's like, the Scilly Islands are a small bunch of islands off the southwest coast of England. You can just see St. Mary there. And the story begins when Laura and her twin brother Billy become 14, and on the same day Laura spots a ship that's coming in. It's a very important event for the people because this doesn't happen often. And the gig is launched, and this is a gig, something that men or boys row in. You can see there's a sail here, and there's loads of people who row in it. This is the St. Mary's one coming in. It's more like a race to get there, and this is a big ship called the General Lee, which is the ship that's coming in. And the Briar one reaches there first, so it comes into Briarport, and this means money for everyone because it will need to buy supplies, and it'll have to have worked on it for repairs. So then, but the captain on the ship isn't very nice. So then when it leaves, everyone is really happy. Then they realise Billy has gone with them, but no one wants to believe it. Then Billy on the ship thinks it's a better life than being a cowman, and he's having a really good time with the captain on the ship. Back at home, there's a big storm which wrecks a lot of things and kills Laura's family's cows, and they're the only ones with them on Briar, and destroys their hen house. And then when Laura's down collecting driftwood, she finds a turtle on the beach, which is here. It's a very big turtle. That's Laura. And this is Granny May's house. The part of the roof has been smashed off in the storm, and the turtle would die there because it's too weak to get down to the ocean. So she has an idea. She digs a big long channel down to the ocean. Then she feeds the turtle jellyfish, and then it's strong enough to lift itself and pull itself down the channel to escape. And then the next day, there's a humongous storm that completely destroys everything. Granny May's roof completely comes off and everything is broken. So people start leaving, but when Laura's family is about to leave, it's a huge storm, bigger than the last one, and no one can get off the island. No one can even get out the house without something bad happening. And at one point it's Laura's turn to go cut limpets off the rocks, which you only do not very often because it's really dangerous. But she spots a ship running up, and she sees one of the people running ahead of everyone is Billy, but it isn't the same ship that he went last in. And then everyone gets back on the gig and rows back, and then Billy and Laura stay on the island, and her mother won't let them go and row in the gig to get everything else off. And Billy says that he left the General Lee because the captain wasn't that nice, and he borrowed Billy's money and never gave it back. So he left it in New York and went on the Zanzibar. And everyone finds out there's cows on the ship, which is good for Laura's family because they're the only people who can handle them. So then everyone gets enough timber to build back their houses and lots of corn and money. Then the next day, there's a dead turtle washed up on the shore, and Laura's really sad because she thinks it could be the one she helped save. But then when they get there, Billy says it's off the Zanzibar, and Laura finds out it's actually made of wood. And Granny May says if it's off the Zanzibar, then doesn't it belong to Billy? So everyone agrees, so it stays in the garden. And that's the end of the diary. And at the very end of the book, Michael goes downstairs and out and looks at the Zanzibar that's still in the garden. And someone's trying to feed it grass, a very little girl, and he says he won't eat it. And she says, "How do you know?" And he says, "Let me sit on the Zanzibar and I'll tell you why." It was a good book and I recommend it to you. It's by Michael Morpurgo and he's one of my most favourite authors. It's very good and it makes you wonder what happens next. So I recommend it to you. And it's very exciting in parts of it. Thank you for listening.